dear students, myself Aryan Sukla, and today we are going to study the subject civics. And our today's topic is understanding diversity, which is chapter 1 of class 6. The main objective of studying this chapter is to make the student aware about the diversity, to inform the student about diversity in India. Understanding diversity. If three children of the same age are asked to draw human figures, every drawing will be different from each other. This is because everyone has a unique drawing style. Children not only look exactly like each other but also differ in terms of the language they speak, their cultural background, the religious rituals they observe, and of course the way they draw. In the same way, if they are asked to fill the details about themselves, the answer would vary for each child. This helps students to recognize what they have in common with their classmate or how different they are from each other. The next topic is making friends. How easy is to make friends with someone who is very different. Given in the textbook, the example of two friends who, despite speaking different languages, still communicate with each other as it was important to them. They belong to different religious and cultural backgrounds as well, emphasizing on the aspect of diversity. Apart from these differences, it can be seen that while on attending school and the other had to sell newspaper, it is seen that some people may not have enough to eat or wear, and sometimes not even a place to live. This is not just difference, but it can be called an inequality. Inequality arises when a person does not have the resources and opportunity that are otherwise available to other person. The caste system is another main example of inequality. Society is divided into different groups based on the work that people do, and they were supposed to remain in those groups. For example, children of potters have to continue as potters. This was considered to be irreversible, and for these reasons, it was not considered necessary for the people to know anything more than was required for their profession. This encouraged inequality. And now the next topic is, what does diversity add to our lives? Imagine a world where everything was same, other than the same two colors, red and white. Same food, maybe potatoes, the same two animals. For example, the deer and the cat, the snake and ladders, the same game. There was nothing different. There would be no diversity and it would be dull. Even the story writer will not have anything to write about, as most depend on ideas drawn from their experiences and real life encounters to make stories more interesting and fun. So, in other words, we can say that diversity is very important to us. And now we will discuss about diversity in India. India, the land of many diversities, include different languages, various type of food, different festivals, different religions, and so on. At the same time, there are also many things that are similar. How do we explain diversity? Sometime before 200 years ago, before the age of trains, aeroplanes, and bus or car, people used to travel by ships, on horses, on camel, or on foot. They travel in search of new places to settle in or people to trade with. At times they stayed back at a place for a long time. Some other left their homes because of the scarcity of food caused by drought and famine. Some made their home at a new place and give rise to a mix of the old and new in their food, languages, music, religion, and so forth. Various cultural influences help to shape life and culture, and some regions that become very diverse because of their unique stories. In a similar way, diversity also comes about when people adapt their life and geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountainous area. Eating habits and clothing are people different in each of these regions. Two kind of worker, two kind of work they do is also different. For example, Ladakh is a desert in the mountains in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir, where very little agriculture is possible, as this region does not receive any rain and is covered in snow for a large part of the year. For drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. People here keep sheep and goat, produce pashmina wool. Pashmina wool is very popular, which is prized, and the shawl made of these wool fetch a lot of money. People eat milk, meat, and milk product like cheese and butter. Each family owns some goat, some cow, and the zogs, yak cow, which is called yak cows. Meanwhile, the place also attracted traders despite being a desert. It was considered a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans traveled to today's Tibet. These caravans carried textile and spices, raw silk and carpet. Buddhism came to Tibet via Ladakh, also called Little Tibet. Islam was introduced in this region over 400 years ago, and it has a significant Muslim population. Ladakh has a very rich oral tradition of song and poem. Local version of the Tibetan national epic, the Kesar Saga, are performed and sung by both Muslim and Buddhist. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India, surrounded by the sea on one side and hills on the other. A number of special a number of species like pepper, cloves, and cardamoms are grown on the hill, making these region an attractive place for traders. Jewish and Arab trader being the first to arrive. The apostle of Christ, St. Thomas, came here nearly 2000 years ago and is credited with bringing Christianity to India. Many Arab traders also came and settled down here. Ibn Battuta, who traveled here a little less than 700 years ago, wrote a travelogue describing the life of Muslims and said that they were a high respected community. Portuguese discovered the sea route of India from Europe when Vasco da Gama landed with his ship. All these various historical influences result in people of Kerala practicing different religions such as Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, and Buddhism. The fishing net called Chinawala used here look exactly like the Chinese fishing net. Even the utensil used for frying is called as Chinachati. This is believed that the word Chin could have come from China. The fertile land and the climate are suited to grow rice, and a majority of people here eat rice, fish, and vegetables. Kerala and Ladakh, quite different in terms of their geographical feature, have a history with similar cultural influences. Both regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. The geography of Kerala allowed for the cultivation of species, while the spatial geographical location of Ladakh and its wool drew traders to these regions. Meanwhile, the influence of diverse culture is not merely a thing of the past. Even present life are all about moving from place to place for work and with each move. The cultural tradition and the way of life slowly become part of the new place people reside in. Similarly, in their own neighborhood, people from several communities live close to each other. Daily life are about the way in which they can do things together and hear stories about each other's lives, custom and traditions. Now we will discuss about unity in diversity. India's diversity is a source of its strength. Women and men from different cultural regions and regional background came together to oppose British rule in India. India's freedom movement involved thousands of people from different backgrounds. They worked together to decide joint action, went to jail together, and found different ways to oppose the British. British thought to divide the Indians because they were so different and continued to rule them. However, the people show how they could be different yet united in their battle against the British. There is also a song sung after Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, composed in memory of a brave people who were killed by a British general. The song and the symbol that emerged during the freedom struggle serve as a constant reminder for the country's rich tradition and respect of diversity. The Indian flag was also used as a symbol of protest against the British. According to the book The Discovery of India by Jawaharlal Nehru, Indian unity is not imposed from the outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged. It was Nehru who coined the phrase unity in diversity to describe the country.